Yo, what's up? How's it going, everybody? It is Wednesday. It's 4:30 p.m. here in Milan, coming at you with, bringing the hot fashion all the way from Utah with Adam in his overalls. Adam,
I just thought like this needs to be the best thing we do overall. Like it's going to be a great day overall. So just getting in the right headspace because of your clothes really determine.
It sets the day.
It sets the day, right? So it's like, what if I have to paint today? I don't know.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
I'm prepared.
You might just have to.
What if I have to? What if I have to carve a giant pencil?
Swap the decks of your pirate ship,
dude. And your overalls probably have a little pocket for that carpenter pencil.
Right here.
So, yeah, look at that, man. Whoop. How cool are you? Do you look like a minion?
I can design something right now.
Yeah. Why are you not wearing a yellow shirt? You would be like a perfect minion.
I would be a great minion. I can pull off Gru simultaneously. So either way, this show is off to a despicable start.
It's a one-man show.
So let's get to it. All right, so we're coming live from Milan. Before we get started, kind of showing you some of the stuff I found around the dance floor out here. We'll kind of get into some of the textures, some of the materials, some of the process, some cool stuff coming at you from straight from Milan. We've got Corey Collins joining us from Sustainable Packaging Podcast.
Good morning.
And then we've got Adam Peak, host of People of Packaging Podcast and part-time minion. So if you got any questions about the Milan show or anything you got going on around packaging, drop it in the comments. Let us know. You guys want to get started?
Yeah.
Just a few minutes.
I just need to say this though before we get started. The overall is a very functional piece of clothing.
I don't think there's a debate there. It's useful.
It's so useful. I have so many pockets. There's so much room for activities. I feel like if I need to play basketball, I could. Yep. If I needed to swab the poop deck, I could.
Yeah. Are you doing a barn raising later there, Jebediah?
Yeah, that was. I will be listening to the classic Weird Al Yankovic song, "Amish Paradise," whilst doing that. So
perfect.
I just think we should stop demonizing the overall. That's my whole point.
Maybe that could be our podcast uniform from now on.
I would make some. I mean, clothing is really just human packaging.
Right.
And so, we need to talk about things important.
Sponsors up there. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Kick butt.
All right. How else can I make this show worse?
Yeah.
Just keep talking.
Okay. That's good.
All right. So let's get into some stuff. So here's what I'm seeing on the floor here in Milan, not Milan, Arizona. Here, we're live from Milan, Italy. All right. Everybody
allegedly.
Kind of what we talked about yesterday a little bit. There's a ton of sustainability happening out there, but it's not coming in as like sustainability first. It's just sustainable materials that are just high-end luxury, but inherently sustainable. It's one way or another. To start off, we're seeing some cool corrugated board that's heavyweight in terms of like this has some pretty good cushioning. It has some movement, which is cool. So this is replacing a lot of foam. And we're seeing they also have this done with tissue. So the corrugation is like it's almost like toilet paper. It's like super soft and squishy, which is really nice.
What's that brand?
It, of course, is cut off on the back here. But I will tell you, I will post about it. They're like, it's a tissue pack or something like that. I can't remember, but I will go ahead.
It's really innovative.
Why? Yeah, what is it about corrugated? What is it about the fluting design that makes that material so strong? Like, why do they do that?
That's a great question, Adam Peak. That they add starch to the paper to make it rigid, and so it will stand up to any packaging issue, if you will. And the large flute like that is something that's kind of a throwback to the original use for corrugated, which was shipping glass bottles.
Ah,
And we call that a flute. And it's not used very much anymore, but
this counts
it's
off
similar.
off
It's
flute.
yeah, it's off flute. It's I don't think it's that as big as what Avelio is showing. That's almost like a double, but
Yeah, it's
That's a
it's
double A flute.
double A. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's I mean it's super high, but it's definitely sturdy. And then you
great
still
idea.
get that flexibility, right? Because it's
That's
just
cool.
it's a single layer versus having two outer layers on that, two liners. Other stuff, some cool materials. This is coming from Vini paper here in Italy. They've got a whole, obviously they've got a ton of different paper, but this is the coolest paper I've seen from them in a while. It's called Evo, EVO. And if you look at this paper here, there's like a texture, but it's almost like
Oh, let's
translucent.
see.
Like there's like it's little holes. Like actually, there's holes through the paper, which is I don't know where I would use it, but it's definitely cool. It's lightweighted. Uh, if you're making like a bag or a label out of this thing, for example, on glass, you would be able to see through. You do a cool like silk screen, emboss only. Like that would be interesting as well. But just the texture too, it just feels. I don't know. It feels like a mesh, which is kind of nice.
I believe that's referred to as unicorn skin. That's the official.
That's where it
term.
comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for those brands that are looking for
Italian unicorns.
ciao.
Bello.
Who's the MFG of that PAP EV? Q Curtis wants to know.
Of this paper, it's
Yeah.
Why can I not get your comments up there? Q. I don't know what's going on here. It's Favini, Favini.
Favini.
Favini. Hey.
Ciao. È bellissimo.
Other paper, this is really cool. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this stuff before. It's from Gamund, not Italian, but this Gamund paper has normal tree fiber, but then it also uses like grass clippings.
That's cool.
Right? So from mowing your lawn, they blend this stuff in here. This stuff is completely recyclable. I don't believe it's biodegradable. I'm sure it'll biodegrade, but it's not certified biodegradable, so you just recycle it. It comes in
cool design.
paper and a board as well, but I don't know if you guys can see that texture in there.
That's really neat.
Yeah, so you can see
like that
all
color.
fibers. We've got it in a bunch of different colors: yellows, grays. I love the gray because it almost looks like wool.
That die cut's cool too because there's no glue, right? It's just die cut score and
great design.
These simplex corners that just fold in.
It's like a takeout box, like a Chinese takeout box almost without any glue.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's Gamund, so I think it's a German takeout box.
Chris Olson asked you what examples of reusable packaging systems. Oh, hang on. My phone's ringing. What examples of reusable packaging systems or circular design collaborations, such as the Madame Furoshiki partnership?
Not seen a ton of reusable. Honestly, there's some in like the glass bottle space where the bottles have a little valve underneath, so you can say you've got a large fragrance, you buy a 12-ounce fragrance, and you've got a small sprayer, or then you fill up your own small sample sprayer, large one, so that you can carry that in your purse, and then you can reuse it, and you just refill it as you need it.
Great idea.
That kind of makes sense. You don't always necessarily need a big bottle. You don't ever need a big bottle of perfume, but you can just like refill the small sample. So that's kind of cool. But not seeing a ton. There's a lot of new, like you could say like a reusable bag that's made out of paper, but at some point that's going to degrade, and there's a limited life to that. You can recycle it, that was kind of cool. I'll have some pictures of that to share later. Seen a lot of recyclable. I am seeing a ton of. Sorry, I'll get to your comment here in a second. I am seeing a ton of like crystal clear paper.
Oh wow.
FSC certified crystal clear paper, which is like plastic. Talking to a few different material guys on the floor here, going through like what that paper is.
Is
Being
it
able to pull
cellophane?
them. It's cellulose,
Cellulose. Okay.
right? So basically, it's like some of these seaweed plastics, right? You use the cellulose to convert it into a plastic versus petroleum. And we've heard some brands out there that sell plastic, like seaweed plastic or tree bark plastic.
Yeah.
That it's plastic free because it's not petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, when someone says plastic free, you assume there's no plastic, there's no poly. But for them, it's the fact that it doesn't have any petroleum means that it's plastic free.
We should talk about this tomorrow because there was a ruling that I tagged you guys on in the UK that says you can't say that anymore. Actually,
You can't say what?
You can't say plastic free if it's only petroleum plastic free. Like you.
Oh, really?
Correct. Yeah. I'm going to look into it a little bit more this afternoon.
Yesterday.
But
right.
Yeah, it was just announced yesterday, so we should talk about that tomorrow.
I must have pushed that through somehow.
You did, yeah. It's called the Matos rule.
That's the worst.
Matos.
It's named after the street you grew up on, actually, in London. Hugh said the call was from the captain of the crab boat, asking where Deckhand Peak is, given he has some crabbing overalls on. It was. Right. I wish that was the case.
The shrimp boat guy. We were going to do shrimp kebabs, shrimp burgers, shrimp cocktail.
But, interestingly enough, not a fan of crab, lobster, shrimp.
Oh, same.
Interestingly enough,
overall,
apparently
this is the best show we've done.
I'm guessing, because that was not me, that my 17-year-old son has a login to my YouTube and is commenting. The other day I was pretending to walk through my house and vlog, and I was like, hang on, I'm trying to talk to all my followers. He's like, Pop, I logged into your last one and there were 2 people watching. And I was like, you shut up. We're doing great work here. All right.
They're important people.
Very important people. I didn't say I had a lot of followers.
That's right. You're just talking to Corey and I.
It's fine. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Worth it.
We're people too.
But if you can't see the comments because Avelio can't show them. But I said, "Wow, this really is the best show that we've done." Fire emoji, fire emoji. But I did not say that. What else we got, Avelio?
This is really cool. I don't know if you can see the texture on here. That emboss
and the deboss. Wow.
Yeah, there's a deboss down here, and then there's an emboss up here, but it's embossed into like 1 millimeter board, Esca board. These guys are Marcelli.eu, and all these guys do is like insane multi-level embossing. I don't know if you can see that at all. Foil, like super sharp, detailed foil stamping.
Incredible.
Is that cold foil or foil stamp? Do you know?
Foil stamp.
Okay.
Foil stamp.
Wow.
Real people don't. Yeah. Real artists don't cold foil.
Wait, is this a thing? You really don't? You don't like cold foiling?
Cold foiling's cool for like mass market, but if you're doing like high end product, then cold foiling doesn't make sense. It's perfect for like a toothpaste box. It makes it really nice, and you can like CMYK print over the top of it. You can add different processes. But if you're doing more like a craft feel, then no, it has to be hot. It's really about hot.
Have you seen like the MGI jet varnish that does the digital variable foiling?
Yep.
Those things are really cool.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah. And there's a place for it. Right.
That's not cold foil though. That's a different type of. It's a
That's
similar process to cold foil.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't.
Is this your next
insane.
tattoo? I thought I was getting this tattooed on his body.
I actually embossed this with my tattoo. I just pressed it up against my chest.
Now that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's really
this-
cool.
yeah,
The
that's-
detail
yeah.
on that is
Did you get what I did there? That's
Im-
impressive.
impressed.
Impressive.
Nice.
You really made an impression there.
Yeah, so these guys are super cool.
Nothing.
They do
This thing on?
really.
No, no.
Chris agrees. Definitely some nice cold hot stamping. They've got this bag, which is made out of like a 1.5 millimeter board, which is cool.
Whoa,
It's got magnets built in.
jeez. That's
and
paper.
again, yeah, it's board, like straight board, not wrapped.
I'm bored.
That's because we're not talking about cold foil.
Can we talk about cold foiling and labels some more,
You
please?
got this, super deep impression foil stamp, and then super deep deboss. But everything is insane in terms of like the alignment. So these guys are doing some cool stuff. They're out of Poland, and then they've got a facility here in Italy. But yeah, super crazy stuff. Then I want to kind of just share this bag that
Oh yeah,
the team at IDP put together, which
beautiful.
this is like one of the last few because we've gone through like 700 in 2 days. Super cool.
Who made that bag for you?
IDP Direct made this bag.
Oh, IDP Direct makes bags.
Yes,
Go to idpdirect.com for all of your bags.
that's right. Bags and boxes.
Bags and boxes. idpdirect.com. That's idpdirect.com. Use
So
promo
this is
code
like-
EVELIO.
yeah, so, but from this tip here, all the way across, around to this tip here, that is one die cutting, deboss, emboss plate.
Beautiful.
So there's like all the feather texture is deboss, emboss. It's a multi-level emboss happening.
Incredible.
I did that with
Jeez.
my chest as well. I just pressed it up against it.
That's
You're
a
doing a
full
lot of
wrap
multi-
around.
A lot of multi-level marketing there, it seems like.
Yeah.
Or idpdirect.com.
And then we've got this is a woven, a knitted paper handle, just like super flimsy, super thin. Super thin, feels like fabric. But this is probably like the thinnest, nicest handle I've seen in paper that we've produced.
It's a great
That's really
point,
cool.
Hugh. He was asking if the last 3 bags are for myself, Corey, and Hugh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hugh, which bag would you like? Would you like this bag
No.
here,
No. We want
We want the wings.
the winged bag?
IDP Direct gives you wings.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can keep some. I don't know if they'll let me bring those in through customs.
Just
But,
ship it.
yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It's your personal
Yeah,
item.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the dog that I had to travel with all the way
It's
here.
your support dog. Yeah.
Emotional
Yeah, so-
support bag. Chris is asking, what does the inside of the bag look like? I'm guessing she means the wing one.
The inside of the IDP bag has
Sorry, idpdirect.com bag. IDP Direct.
Brought to you by.
has it's pink. It has an alligator all over texture,
Wow.
and then there's a big Milan in the bottom board that acts like a pennant. If you're watching a
Oh.
football game tonight, there's Inter versus Milan.
Oh,
and
that
if Mil-
football.
If Milan wins, then you can have these little pennants to wave around the streets as you
Huh.
raise hell.
Now we're talking.
Wait, is tonight El Clasico? With Barcelona versus AC Milan or no?
No, tonight is AC Milan versus Inter.
Oh, are you going to go?
No,
I bet
I'm gonna hit the
tickets are pretty
streets
cheap.
regardless of who wins.
Yeah.
I've got the bottles. I'm ready to roll.
As we used to say at the Colorado State University,
Yeah.
win or lose, we still booze. And it was mostly losing on the football team. Actually, we weren't bad.
You got to be good at something.
You got to be good, yeah.
So that's it, guys. That's everything I got for the show for today. Any
Good job.
questions? Throw them on here. If I can
You
bring a
said your
back.
bag is very impressive. Impressive.
Well done. Well
So
done,
good.
Hugh.
So good, Hugh.
All right. Join us tomorrow as we all wear overalls.
Let's go. Bring him back.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Been here for years.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Any questions, throw them in the comments. We'll be checking. Like I said, these guys do some really cool stuff. I mean, this thing is, I'm just looking at it, man. It's like
Crazy.
It's like 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters in some of these areas in terms of like height that you're getting. And it's flat on the back.
You know we don't speak Italian, Emilio.
No, I don't understand what these meters are that you
Yeah.
speak of.
Millimeters.
No.
See you guys.